Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to the episode of Kansai Kollective. Today we're going to be interviewing Chris, talking about how he built his photography platform here in Japan, some of his experience in a Japanese university, living up in Kyoto, and how he goes about all the content that he creates. So tune in and check it out soon.
Kansai Kollective, west side of Japan, we out here coolin', Zane and Nessa got connections. We know you got questions.
Big 100.
Big 100K.
Big 100K.
Big
I like
double
that.
K, the Kansai Kollective. Thank you, everyone, tuning in. Asa Questenberry, co-host Kansai Kollective. Joining me, my partner in crime.
Zane live in the Kansai, baby.
Live in the Kansai. See, we filmed 3 episodes today, and
Yes.
that was the first time you hit the slogan on them. But it's okay. We've had some interesting introductions.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of fun work. I like this type of work. You know what I'm saying?
That's the fun job. Exactly.
Anywho,
what's up, man? How you feeling?
good. We got
dreads are coming in, dude.
Oh yeah, no.
But now
man.
you need to dye the roots because you got this kind of like.
Nah, that's
mix
what
match.
I like. I like it like.
You just
that.
want the tips to be blonde?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
I don't know how long I want my
Fair
length
enough.
to go.
Fair enough. Okay.
You're talking to me like you're Yoda, bro. I also had dreads too, for 7 years, dog.
5 years.
Me 7.
Oh, you did. Oh, you already had. I forget. Yes, you had
Yes,
long
yes.
locks.
But I respect you because you had to go through the white person barrier, and you had to make
Right.
your dreads very nice and
My dreads were beautiful.
yeah. Like your process is way different than my process.
Unfortunately, my hair right now is not happy with the fact that I had dreads for 5 years because
That would be so fire if you had dreads and that suit on at the same time.
maybe that's like my peak version of Asa. Like 48-year-old Asa is a successful businessman in a suit with like old white dude locks. All pulled in
And
a
you're doing
ponytail.
slacklining.
And I'm slacklining. That would be fire. Enough about us. Chris, good sir.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Thank you. Thank
My
you,
boy
guys.
is a, what do you call it when someone speaks 3 languages?
Trilingual.
Trilingual?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you speak more than 3 languages?
No, actually, I can understand Portuguese because Portuguese and Spanish is really close.
Okay.
So it's really similar.
So Spanish, Japanese, and English?
Spanish,
and
Japanese,
Portuguese.
English, and a little bit of Portuguese. Yeah.
Portuguese, my buddy that studies Spanish tells me like Portuguese is like similar, but he struggles with it.
It's just
at
like
times.
different accents. It just feels like.
Yeah.
different.
That's what he says.
Oh, okay.
So, Chris, where are you from, dude?
I'm actually originally from Colombia.
Colombia.
You know that.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I felt so ignorant when I first met him because like you don't see many black Colombians.
Yes.
So it was
Yeah.
very interesting that it's like you kind of get slapped. You're like, "Oh, wait."
So he's like, "What's up, man? Where you from?" He's like, "Colombia." You know, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting
that's
that.
a big thing in Latin America. That most people don't know that we actually have black people in Latin America. This is like a really
There's black Japanese people.
yeah, exactly.
There's
So yeah, it's the
black people everywhere.
demographics. Yeah.
Y'all be.
What, did you just curse and use some inappropriate language on the
that one
Kansai
was easy enough.
Collective?
Though. Aaron will be able to catch that one pretty quickly. 'Cause it was just by
Wait,
itself.
you said that black people are beeping.
Y'all be getting around.
So do white people. So
Humans.
does everybody, other humans.
Humans are really good at making more humans. Whether or not we should continue, that's not for us to decide. But anyway,
Making humans feel good, probably, right? That's why.
thank God it feels good because how annoying would that be if you're like, oh God, we got to repopulate. But man, is that stressful to do. Yeah, it actually hurts. No. Chris, thank you for joining us, man. Where are you based at here in Kansai?
So right now I'm living in Kyoto. The first time I came here was, I came to Kyoto.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been living in Kyoto for the past. I came here 2014.
2014.
So, yeah,
Okay,
2014. So that's like 8 years now.
Why did you
that.
come
Yeah.
to Kyoto or Japan in general?
Well, that's kind of like a long story, but like make it short. So I did high school in London for a year and a half.
Did not know
Exchange.
that.
I did high school in London.
Oh.
During that time, I had a really close Japanese friend. So he introduced me to the culture, and I was of course into anime and all that stuff. So,
Yo, do you watch One Piece?
oh my god, I don't.
Thank you. That's the third time, bro. That's so
I can't wait till I find the one person who likes One Piece. Y'all are missing out. Watch One Piece.
It is too long to start, man.
No,
It is too long.
It's too short. You gotta watch it. Anyway, okay. So you were in London. You had a Japanese friend. You had some other interests in Japanese culture. What happens from there?
Yeah, so I really got in my head that I really wanted to come to Japan. So I just started looking for Japanese school, and at first it was like, okay, everybody's going to Tokyo, so I want to do something different. So I was like, let's go
Great
to
answer.
Kyoto.
Good.
I look for Kyoto because it's like really traditional city. And yeah, I just find this Japanese school in Kyoto, and
Zuto Kyoto sundemasu ka? Have you always been?
Yeah, I always been.
Always been.
Kyoto.
Okay, so local Kyoto boy.
Yes.
Okay, and you've been here for 8
years.
Did you visit before that time, or from 2014 on, always in Japan?
No, since 2014, I've always been in Japan. I went to visit my family, of course, twice between those 8 years. But yeah, from these 8 years, I've been mostly in Japan.
Okay. So, and how old are you?
Right now, I'm 27.
27. So you're getting close to, like, pretty soon, majority of your life will be in Japan.
Yes.
Love to see it. Okay.
So yeah, but you had some international experience by going to school.
Cultured man.
Yeah, in high school in London. It feels like you don't get homesick too often, or?
Yeah, that's the thing though. So when I was living in Colombia, I never felt like I was Colombian. I mean, of course I am, but culturally, I was looking outside. I was looking to, Europe, Japan, like China. So I was always interested in other countries.
International.
Is there a lot of influence of other countries in Colombia?
No, not really. But it's mostly like, the pop culture, you might have movies, anime, books. So I was like a really growing up, the kid that would like to see all these movies and just get showered with all this culture.
Pop
Showered.
culture. Yeah, pop culture. Showered. We got to introduce him to, oh God. We've had other guests, yes, that are very, very big fan. Dika's very big fan of pop culture. Yes, we got to introduce. So, okay, so.
Also photographer.
Colombia, weren't really, you had your eyes, you were looking abroad, you're looking international. You went to London, and then at what point did you start really kind of saying, okay, I'm going to go to Japan? Was it right after you were in London, or was there something in between?
Well, since I was a kid, I always liked Japan, but it was just like a really, I don't want to say like weeble kind of, but it was like I like the kind of like when I was like younger, like maybe 12, I really liked the anime and all the stuff.
Right there with you, dude. I understand.
Yeah, but when I got into high school, it was like the culture is actually cool. Like it's not just anime, but the culture is deep. So
much deeper.
Yeah,
right.
And I was like, everybody's in Colombia, everybody's like thinking about the US or thinking about Europe. I was like, I want to do something different. I want to go to Asia.
So I like that. So you kept that going because you want to do something different. Looked at Asia, and then even when you came to Japan, you're like, everyone's going to Tokyo. I'm going to go to Kyoto.
Yeah,
different. Okay. So for the folks at home, Chris is a very good photographer. He's got quite a nice little platform. Takes some fire content. Did you choose Kyoto because it's such a photogenic place, or was that just you chose Kyoto and coincidence?
No, so if we want to get technical, I wanted to come to Japan because I wanted to study like manga creation. I wanted to draw manga.
Nice.
Right?
Okay.
And the only university in Japan that has that program is in Kyoto. It's Kyoto Seika University.
Shinokata.
Yes.
Okay. Did you do that?
I tried to apply it first, but my level of Japanese wasn't good enough. So I couldn't get in that university. So that's when I thought, okay, let me change careers. Let me do something like graphic design, something more like expanse.
So you were always in the art field, but first you were focused on making mangas, but then you were introduced to photography. How were you introduced to photography?
Well, so I decided that I was going to study graphic design first. So I applied to this university, and obviously the graphic design course has photography classes. So I taught the class, and it was really so different from anything I was doing, because like from the most part, like graphic design is just sit down on your computer, maybe you draw something, and it's like just you, right? you don't really move on graphic design.
Very true. Yeah.
But on photography classes, I mostly like we was going out around the university, the campus. You know, we let's say we had to take a portrait, we had to talk to people. It was like really like something social, and I'm actually like a social person, so I really like to engage with different environments.
Very hands-on.
Yes. So
And this university was in Japan.
yes, in Japan.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. So plan changed a little bit. You end up in Kyoto. You end up doing graphic design. You get into photography. And at what point did you just consistently build it up, or was there a moment where you're like, okay, I'm going to continue pursuing photography because you've built up a nice little platform for your photography, I would say. How do you get to that point when your original goal was manga illustration?
Well, first, so I realized that drawing manga is like, yes, I guess I'm happy drawing it, but it's like it feels so isolated, just all the time in your desk drawing. I didn't like that. I really like to just going out.
Social.
You like being
Social,
free.
exactly. So
Like being free, very deep, Zane.
yes,
Freedom.
so yeah, that's what I thought. Like, no, manga is not for me. Like, I cannot just be in my desk drawing every day. Like, this is not for me. So yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. So you take on photography and you start taking pictures. What because the Kansai Collective, we don't know exactly what type of pictures you take. What type of pictures did you start taking out?
Teach us.
Being in Kyoto
Well,
too.
I'm gonna be honest in this podcast.
Good.
I started. So my thing was I'm a social person, right?
So you take pictures of women?
Exactly. So and on college, I had this thing
Spicy.
where you know, I used to just talk to different girls, and like we always end up like our dates will be always shootings. So we always go out and shoot. So I became on this like I became not just passionate about photography itself, but like how
Women.
that allows you to experiment with different people and different
That's dope.
scenarios.
That's
right?
dope.
Oh, okay.
That's dope.
You're piquing Zane's interest. He's getting excited. All
Yes.
right. Tell. Where do you? Yes. Question from the studio gallery. Where do you meet these women?
You like
A man like Chris needs no introduction.
different sources. Like you can like from your social circle or maybe in events. I'm actually like to go to different events, like you know, partying. I mean, I was young, so just go out a lot.
We still like to party.
I mean, yeah, exactly. But for the most part, yes, social circle. You know, going out.
So just kind of work in the community.
Yeah, just work on the
Right.
community.
All right.
How did y'all meet? We don't. For all of our guests on the Kansai Collective, I know no one in advance. Zane's just like, yeah, we're interviewing 6 people today. They do things, and then
Yes.
these just a never-ending supply of awesome
That's a
people
fact.
just come onto the studio. So, how did you guys meet?
Oh,
Oh,
that's not.
oh.
Yeah, basically somewhere I don't know. Somehow
Did you just see him and you're like, yo, nice blonde hair?
Nah.
No, okay.
No, somewhere online, but we linked. I don't know how we linked up, but
It was on Instagram, but I
Instagram.
don't know. Like he approached me first, but I don't know. Like
Sounds about right.
if we have like common friends. Did we have common friends?
I don't
Probably.
remember. We met a while ago.
Okay. Oh, so it's you guys have known each other for some time.
Like,
Maybe
2 years
two.
now?
Yeah,
2 years,
yeah.
Soka.
We've been taking some dope pictures. But yeah, what type of pictures do you take?
Currently, what theme?
Currently.
What
So,
genre?
so first of all, I started with portraits, but then I was looking at Instagram and all these cool photographers, and you know, Japan is like, you have the most aesthetic temples and
Facts.
you know cities.
Very photogenic.
Yeah, photogenics, exactly. So I really got into that, like exploring places and
So it's a mix of individuals' portraits, but also it's like some street photography, landscape photography.
Exactly,
things like-
yes.
Dope.
But you have your own style. Like, how long did it take you to develop your own style?
my own style.
Because I feel like now
What is your
you know your style, you're sticking to it, and it's working. Like, how long did it take it? Like, because I'm sure when you first started, you were just taking pictures of what you like, but then you saw what you wanted to do, you started doing that, and you start getting more consistent how you're shooting, and you start noticing what people like. Like, yeah.
How did you dial in?
Yeah.
How did you focus onto your style?
Well, at first I was just experimenting with different different styles, but at the end I was just like trying to emulate my heroes. Like, I have really.
Totoiba.
So this I'm gonna do a shout out. This guy called Instagram Taro Moberli, I think it is.
Taro Marberber.
He's from San Francisco.
Okay.
And his photography is like, when I saw it on Instagram, I really captivate me. It's like you can't really shoot street photography, tell stories. So
you're like, this is the type of content that I'm
and I was trying to copy that, but on my attempt to copy that, I just kind of like developed different. I just ram out of that. Right.
So would you say that it was a bunch of trial and error for you to get
Yes.
you finding your style?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm interested as well. I mean, other than the fact that the content is amazing, like you have there's a lot of photographers in Japan. There's
That's a fact.
thousands of photographers. When I used to live in Vancouver, and I always would joke that like there's so many photographers in Vancouver as well. It's like, yeah, of course, because you don't need to be a good photographer in Vancouver. Everywhere looks amazing. You can point like a Nokia phone and take a picture and it's going to look amazing. Japan's is similar in that sense. It's such a photogenic country that like it's very easy to be a photographer here. But you, on the other hand, you have seemingly in how our modern society judges success. I mean, you have more than 100,000 followers. How do you build that platform?
What separates you from the other photographers?
Right, or how did you go about building into that?
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Because there's so many photographers that make sense,
Yeah,
but not every photographer has got more than 100,000 subscribers.
There's like another question I want to go into is like, with all the different photographers here, you had to like separate yourself, and like you also have to worry about the competition. You might be like, well, they're doing this, they're doing that, but you found your own style.
Right.
So first question, how do you build the platform and separate yourself? He's like, how do I get into that? What do you think?
Well, I mean, you want to talk about followers. That's like a slightly different story, because the following start growing with reels. So the introduction of reels was what got my platform that big. Because before reels, I have like 3,000 followers.
Okay.
After reels, I start having like 20,000.
How many reels do you
40,000.
make like in a month?
So this is the thing. So I'm gonna take this story also. Last year, I was unemployed for like 6 months.
Okay.
I didn't have a job.
Okay.
So
Congratulations.
on that,
Still here?
exactly. Yeah. So on that time, I was like, I wanted to just go and travel and take as much photos as I can.
Right.
Take as much content as I can, and I did that for like 3 months. I take every opportunity that I had to shoot the seasons.
Right.
Japan is a really seasonal country, so you have to be there on the moments.
Facts.
At that
Sakura,
time. Right. Koyo, the Sakura.
Koyo, yeah. So you have to be there, right? And I did that for 6 months, and I just every time I take a photo, I don't just take a photo, but I take my phone out and I take a little video, like 10 seconds video. It's nothing, and I don't do that for reels, but I know that this content is going to be so valuable at some point, because I was seeing TikTok growing. So after 6 months, I have all this content on my phone, and I was like, I sit down and I start editing.
Right.
And yes, I just put it out, the reels, little by little, and the followers just came in because the algorithm was working.
Right. So you identified where the trend was going, because like once TikTok came up and once Facebook understood that, we now have competition, like the algorithms, from what people say, it's just reels, it's just the video content that is what gets people like growth in it. So you kind of saw that.
I'm curious, man. Like you get 100,000 followers, like they're coming in every day. Like how to
Tell
get to
us
that
about
number?
your virality.
Yeah, how do
So let's say you make a reel, and the reel goes viral, right?
What does going viral even mean?
So it was weird, because my first viral reel, I was just doing something that I saw, online. And I was like, let me do this with my videos, and I got my first like 100K views.
Nice.
And it felt like I didn't do anything special. I didn't feel like I did anything crazy. I was just like putting some music and some.
You just press the right buttons.
Yes. So when I saw that, I was like, So if I get like, let's say 5,
Shiroi.
if I get 5 viral reels a month. Because each viral reel gets me like 5K followers. Like, and per day I was getting like
5K followers,
like 1,000 followers per day.
We're at like, I think we're at like 180 subscribers. So that
Yeah.
we gotta start making some reels, man.
If you get one like a viral reel, you just get a lot of followers.
Of course, yeah.
That's crazy.
Got all this content per video. You're getting like 1,000 followers a day, 5,000 followers, and now you're at a point where you've got a respectable little platform. Of course, do you have plans to monetize that platform? Is your goal to get paid from that so you don't have to work for a company here? Or tell me a little bit about your kind of plan for that sense.
Yeah, so this is interesting because like, so people think, oh, 100,000 followers, damn, that's a lot. Yet if you don't have engagement, you don't lead, then those followers are not, you cannot sell a product if people are just watching your content just because they like it and that's it.
Very
right?
true.
So the next step is to actually engage with the audience. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, right? I get sponsorship deals. That people like reach to me. They want me to show the products on my reels and stuff like that, and I will do that. However, it's really important to engage the audience.
Right.
Now, the way you monetize it though is like, after you have certain followers, let's say you do a live and you have like, so Instagram allows you to do like this money baguettes. I don't know how to say it. You know that, right? So let's say people want to do donations while you're doing a live. So that there is $1, $2, right? It's not much, but it's like, it's a way to just...
Better than zero.
Exactly, yeah. So a way to monetize that is like, I think it's almost like YouTube. You need to first have an audience that cares about your content, you know? And also like, now people like my photography, so I can sell
Stills and
stills
canvases,
and
right.
like everything related with photography. I can, make a product out of that, right? It's not directly from Instagram, but it's like...
So that's when I talk about it, because a lot of people think they're like, exactly, say like, oh, you've got X number of followers, which is great, but it's just people looking, right? It's not like, and we're not in the days anymore where you can just get rewarded for people looking. You know, there's 12-year-olds with thousands of followers because they did a funny dance, right?
Yes.
So I always describe it's a platform. You still have to do something with that platform. You have to engage them. You have to create something that they find valuable enough that they're going to actually pay for something, right?
So this is basically the career that you're looking to take. You want to make an income off of your social media.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
I think that's the goal. If we all could do, a different challenge or a different question. What type of stress do you have with? Because once you get to a certain point where you have a platform and there's expectations, right?
Facts.
Because very little people. I mean, not very little, but more people understand what it's like to have 100 followers than people understand what it's like to have 100,000 followers, right? So, what type of pressure comes with once you reach that point and you're like, oh, I don't want to lose this platform where I constantly have to be making new content. So what's some of that stress like?
Well, for me, so because I worked so hard for like 6 months, taking as many photos I have like 8 months of content, on a hard drive. So I don't have to be like going around taking photos every day because I really have that content right now. So right now is basically just stick to a posting a schedule, make sure like every day people want to see reels, people want to see photos, so you just have this schedule and you just post. It's not that stressful that way.
Okay, cool.
But still, you cannot do the same thing over and over because people get bored, right? So you gotta keep innovating,
of course. So what's your posting schedule like? Once a week, twice a week, once a day, every day,
every day.
every day.
I do every day.
Every day, reel, picture, story.
No, real picture if possible, but real, it takes, especially right now, it takes a while to just create a reel that is going to be viral because I kind of like got the idea of what gets viral. So I need to sit down.
There's a certain type of quality, right?
Yes, a certain type of quality, and I really need to sit down and think about it. See what's the trend, and try.
So I just want to tap into the fact, like,
tapped in.
Yeah, Chris, he's like the
So stupid.
Perfect example of your equipment doesn't make you who you are. So when I say that is he doesn't have the most expensive equipment, but he puts out very quality content. Yeah, and he's able to pull in a big following.
So what you're saying is the equipment doesn't matter; it's the effort.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't say the effort, but it's he's working with what he got. And
Amen.
I gotta say something about that. Like, it's true though, but from the start, I knew, like, I have a kit lens, and I was taking photos with a kit lens, and the photos were good, but I was seeing my heroes, and they were using like big expensive gear, and I was a student, I couldn't afford that gear, but it's like I worked my ass off for like 8 months to buy a $2,000 lens. I did that because I knew this was what I needed to get to the next level.
It was kind of the standard for where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Right?
So even like students cannot afford like $2,000, like for the most part, right? But I did it because I saw the value on it. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying actually you need.
So you're saying that the equipment does matter.
I think it's from a certain level though, right?
Yes.
You don't need you don't need a red camera. You don't need the top of the line, but there is like a
separator.
Yeah, right. There's a difference between a kit lens and like you got to put a little investment into your product, right?
But yeah, that's interesting. Only because like Frankie, she uses her cell phone, and makes.
Could you talk into your mic, good sir? We can.
She has a strong YouTube base though.
But with
no, her base
is
was
TikTok.
always strong. Yeah. Oh,
TikTok.
Okay.
No, but with Frankie and Chris though, like Frankie's not doing photography. Like when I look at your page, it's like high quality visual images and video images, whereas Frankie's approach is much more from an informative side. Here's this town. It's right. So it's something people want to look at, people something want to learn from, people want to listen to, which is what we do with the podcast, right? We create audio content people find engaging. So it's interesting, but it's a little different.
Okay, what would you give, like you're talking about the student or the person who doesn't have the income to get the gear? Well, what's
your recommendation?
Yeah. What's your advice?
I mean, if you can't have a part-time job and you can work your way out like that, save money.
Save money, right?
That's people don't want to hear that, but yeah, that's literally the truth. Just save money. Obviously students don't have credit cards, so you have to pay by cash. If you have to, then just save money and pay like that.
Be careful with your spending, right?
Be careful, yeah.
All right, so you have 100,000 followers, just like Frankie. She's up there with the numbers. You get good comments and bad comments. Can you give us some good and bad comments? Like how have you touched people's lives?
The haters.
Yeah, let's hear the haters.
Yeah, the haters.
Let's hear the people that are the people that your fans, and then also what about the haters? I want to hear both.
No, like I don't get so this is the thing, like people are really positive overall. Like I would say 80%, 90% people are just, oh, I love your content, blah blah blah.
Good.
And there's like 10% that they just want to find dirt. So it's like, oh, this video just showing the fancy part of Japan. Show the real, like the...
Show us Sakai.
Yeah.
Show us South Osaka, yes.
So of course you have hate, but it's just... I mean, they hate on anything, right?
Comes with the territory.
Okay, well, what when a person DM'd you and then they said something to you that like really like inspired you or motivated you to keep doing this? What is... Can you give us a story on that?
Well, I have I'm really grateful for all the comments that I get every day, and people telling me that, we booked this flight to Japan because of your content.
Love it.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
We wanted to visit Kyoto first. We were thinking about going to Tokyo, but now we want to go to Kyoto, Kansai.
There you go, bringing in the Kansai.
Yeah, because and actually and also people telling me like asking me questions how did I came here, and I'm sure like. There's a lot, like the dream of a lot of people is coming here. So if I can help,
show them there's a way to do it.
Yes.
It's wild, bro. Like think about it. He's just taking pictures because this is his passion. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make it himself. And then people check the video, had no idea of wanting to come to Japan, maybe. And he kind of shifted their their thinking pattern to be like, yo, I'm gonna buy a ticket, go to this country
Actually,
that
I'm gonna
I've
go to
never,
Japan.
I don't know the language of, but this guy, he's posting these great pictures. And he's telling me like, yo, like this is all here, and I should probably see this. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
Cool, man. Make an impact just by doing what you enjoy doing, right?
So 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? You're in Kyoto, yo, bro. You're in Kyoto.
Are you always
feel
gonna be
me?
in Kyoto?
The old capital. There's
The
no
old capital. Yes, I love it. It's just the way you phrase it. I love it. I love it.
there's no tourists here right now, but guaranteed when the tourists come
Them
and
white
you're
people are
popping,
scratching
you're
at the
popping
door.
right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, more people are gonna see your content. You also say you're gonna make content to.
Yeah, we speak so much about content. Maybe we can producer-wise, maybe we can pop up an image of Chris's page or some of his photos because the
Yeah.
content it's stellar.
So
Stellar,
like,
stellar.
and you're trying to make an income from it now. Like, where do you see yourself 5 years?
Yeah, so the goal is basically to just be able to like financially wise be free, like
Oh,
from
I love
just
it.
doing this.
I love
doing
it.
photography because that's like my passion. I really it's just not about the followers or like the platform, but it's like creating.
So
freedom.
let me
Freedom.
just
You gotta watch
touch
One
on
Piece,
this.
you gotta watch One Piece.
Huh.
Freedom.
Yeah, let me touch on this. So, the most important thing for you is to be an artist and making an income from that. So, you're saying that living in Japan, coming from Colombia, it is possible to be an artist and live in Japan.
Oh
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit of work, of course.
Takes work, but yes, you definitely can do it.
So I think to finish up, like, because we all want to live the dream, we all want the freedom, we all want to do our own passion and have it pay the bills and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you still have to play within the rules of the country. So like,
Right. Oh.
visa speaking, you want to live this dream and do the photography stuff, and
Yeah.
does the visa situation allow that too? Is there a ton of challenges? I mean, you're still here, obviously, but you said you went through a long period without a job,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
in a lot of cases is very tough for visa-wise.
Yeah,
So when you think long-term in doing this creative outlet as a job, do you think there's visa options that will let you do that? Or what would you like to do for that sense?
Well, I don't know the details about the visa terms and anything like that, but I do know that if you develop enough financial leverage to
Money talks.
live without a job for, let's say you have a capital and you can show that to the embassy, to the immigration office, and they can look to your papers and you can say, okay, this is not just my money, this is, I'm doing a business, and you treat yourself as a business and you can show them that you are generating money. Maybe you can work that out. I don't know. I might have to go
A
and
lot of people do that, yeah.
exactly.
So okay. So in that sense, you're like, yeah, just turn it into a business and be here on a business owner visa.
You just have to show that you make about 200 to 250, and then you pay your taxes, and you can get your visa. You self-sponsor.
Money talks in the land of every
everywhere,
country.
and yes, every country.
Don't matter what country it's in.
Self-sponsor yourself.
Right,
That's
right.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, but that's
So-
a lot of money.
Love it. Yeah, a lot of money, but hey, man, you're still young, right?
27.
27.
Yes.
27.
Bunch of young kings on the
weeks ago.
Kansai.
Are
2
you
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Happy belated.
Are you single, my boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am right now. I'm just like enjoying my
We
life.
got the Bachelor show. We're just bringing in Bachelor after Bachelor.
Yeah, Kyoto.
Ladies,
you liking
check
the
'em
you
out.
liking the Kyoto
He's got
women or
beautiful
Osaka
eyes.
women?
Because you guys live Kyoto. That's why.
Kyoto or Osaka?
What, like
Which
Women.
ladies?
Uh,
Both.
Kansai.
Kansai,
women.
Kansai.
Them Kansai cuties. Love it. Guys, thank you as always. Chris is an absolute pleasure, man. For real, if you guys have a chance, check out his page. Check out some of the content he makes. It's absolutely beautiful. It
Yes, we'll put
captures
that in the
all
description.
the different seasons, as he was saying. If you guys like this episode, feel free to tune in. Check out more content from the Kansai Collective. We got a podcast. We got a YouTube channel. We have a Patreon where I think we're kind of doing some stuff with it. I'm not too sure. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your sister,
It's a
tell your brother,
process, man.
all that good stuff. Sponsors, thank you, Tomo Morisawa, owner of the
Make it
deck
happen.
here in Osaka, Honmachi, Osaka, Japan. Hiromaru, Edge Wilderness, Drone X Kawashigaisha, all the different groups, people that come together so that we can provide content for you guys. Slowly but steadily getting where we want to be, and we will see you on the next episode.
Peace.
Kansai Kollective. West side of Japan, we out here coolin', Zane and Nessa got connections. We know you got questions.